Hey everybody, it's Adam everywhere from 7.0 ABV Europe. It's been a long time since I've done a video, but we're in quarantine and my clanmates asked me to do a quick video from the last war on some of the finer points of Hybrid. Thanks to Adult Only 2, fun little war here. And this is going to be an attack by Aristophanes on the House of Bacon, and pretty common Town Hall 13 layout. And what makes this good for Hybrid is you can easily set up a couple of key funnels to get your queen charge into some very high value targets. In that case, we're talking about queen charging into this compartment at 12 o'clock, where you get scatter shots, the town hall, you get the heroes. So the objective is really to take care of all of this. And to set that up, he's going to do a very nice funnel to take care of all of this right here with a couple of loons and a baby dragon. He's going to use a couple of bowlers so that we get a nice bounce and take out this here. And that moves his king down into here, gets the enemy king, that scatter shot, gets the CC pulled. He's using two super wall breakers to get his queen into that top compartment. And we'll go here and check it out. A couple of things to keep in mind about why he's doing that. Not only does that allow his queen excellent access into that high value area, you have to get the enemy CC. You want to get at least a couple of heroes, and it's great if you can get that town hall with queen charge, because it is the biggest destroyer of said hogs and miners. Another thing to remember is you're also setting a funnel for that hybrid. So in this case, we're not able to get the eagle, and there's also two heroes down here at the bottom. So he wants to get a full cadre of miners and hogs, followed by the royal champion, into those high value targets that are remaining. Get those down as fast as possible. Okay, let's watch it with one quick other stop. Just looking at the mix 13 of each of the hogs and the miners. So not too heavy there. He invested a fair amount in the funneling troops to make sure that the primary objectives and the queen take care of what they needed. And also he's running 2 rage for that queen charge and 3 heal, along with the 2 freeze to kind of help that hybrid keep going. So here it goes. He's going to start out again with that funnel kind of close to 3 o'clock to start that. There's the couple of loons, and there's the baby dragon. Keep in mind when that loon, even though it dies, that residual bang easily blows up that mortar or any kind of comparable defense. Boulders are in. Take care of that portion and get the king going so that he moves down, getting that scatter shot, the king, and the CC pull. And then just one baby dragon to get rid of that gold storage so the queen does not feel possessed to start walking around the top of the base. And here she is, making her first appearance, CoC Loon, to make sure that her healers stay up, and a wall breaker in. Some hot king on king action as he starts moving down that little pathway. Now he sends in another wall breaker to get into that town hall compartment, and it activates a tornado trap. Now he has to use a rage because of course that activates the town hall as well, but nothing really shooting at her except for that town hall while she takes care of those ice golems. Another quick thing, as the queen charge progresses and starts getting more of those targets, we already have the funnel set up for the hybrid, so he's going to put down his siege barracks in just a moment here as the town hall goes down, and he's sure that his queen is going to get the rest of this stuff done. Now, a little mistake here, he didn't tank anything in front of the siege barracks, so we'll see in just a second as that comes down. Keep in mind when you pop the siege down, if there's something shooting at it, it's going to bust early, letting out the remainder of the clan castle troops early, and so you don't get quite the full effect of all those lovely troops that obviously set that side of the funnel and can help kind of do cleanup as the rest of the main attack goes. And the main attack is in, ladies and gentlemen. Miners, hogs, uses the Grand Warden tome right there to make sure that the eagle doesn't destroy all of those lovely animals. And the royal champion is coming in at the bottom and targeting those defenses and the royal champion, keeps everything alive. She's got great health, still has a lot of the main force going into the next compartment here and heals to heal everything up. Also notice the P.E.K.K.A that came out of the siege barracks and those wizards are doing a great job of cleaning up the whole bottom portion of this. with just the help of one pesky miner to tank him. All right, and that leaves just 3 defenses left after the Inferno falls, and that Inferno is about to fall here. Excellent heal. Royal Champion has full health, everything bathed in that Grand Warden's beautiful ability. Another great thing about this attack, you don't really need much cleanup aside from what you brought with the hybrid, because the miners make their own cleanup for the most part. Kind of nice if everything goes well and everything stays healthy. It's a nice, beautiful, easy 3-star. So I wanted to show that just to show some of the finer points and how to think about some of those funneling troops. Keep in mind that it doesn't really have a lot of value if you're using a lot of funnel troops unless you can get a lot of value like you did in this one. So great job, Aristophanes. Real quick, I'm just going to also show this replay because it's beautiful and we don't see Lalo at Town Hall 13 often, and I know that you lovely folks out there have seen this base at least 24 times in CWL or in Legends or in War or whatever. The setup is always pretty much the same. The only thing that might change is there might be something else in that Town Hall compartment which makes a queen charge into there possible. In this case, that it's not. Usually troops will just kind of wander around. I've seen plenty of 99% 1-stars on bases like this because they failed to address how to get to the Town Hall. In this case, Egg goes in and starts a Sui section, so suicides his heroes to set that funnel and get some key objectives. Royal Champion is in to get that Inferno Tower. The Queen already got that AD. She's going to get the heroes, of course, taken care of. And that sets a nice funnel and a nice L shape for the remaining Lalo. So that's super important to get those objectives down. I'm sure he was hoping he'd be able to get that Eagle too, because it's super nice to get that Eagle, but he's starting the Lalo from over there as he gets 2 hounds and starts in with the balloons. The Eagle will do a ton of damage to loons, so it's great if you can get it in there early. Perhaps use the Tome early if you have to keep them alive. Scatter shots also are a big concern, so he's using freeze to get those. And this is a wonderful way to Lalo. Just keep moving support loons in throughout the attack, so you're getting those defenses on the side, and loons don't have to backtrack. Getting minions in for cleanup, and of course a blimp to get that Town Hall. And that's what makes this almost a guaranteed 3-star. The only thing that screwed up is the Tornado, but the Tornado doesn't throw it too far out. Rage, some loons come to support. And of course support loons still moving through the bottom of the base. He has 2 dragons in there and a couple of loons. One last freeze spell for that scatter shot, and haste to keep the loons moving at a nice clip through this. And baby, this is done. There are so many loons left up. There are minions and pups everywhere. There's a dragon flying around, 2 dragons flying around. Just a lovely Lalo and a great strat for this base idea, which I know you've seen all over the place. I'm sure you've seen, like I've done, smashes and hybrids and everything else on it, and for the most part, as long as you're careful of that Town Hall, it works. But this is a super easy way to make sure that you get all of your objectives done in a beautiful, styly way, because you don't see Lalo too much at Town Hall 13 anymore, which is a shame, because it is still OP when done right. So great job, Egg Fight. Thank you all, and one last note, if you've made it this far in the video, I put a link to a fellow YouTuber, Ghost Rider, in the description below. Go check him out. I think he's been doing some of the coolest work as far as really informative Clash of Clans videos. We haven't seen that kind of concern and detail and explanation, and really just doing a great job of being informative about not just the how of an attack, but the why. And I think that's super important as people get into different strategies, especially at Town Hall 13, but Town Hall 11 and 12 as well, where you got to think about not just the primary objectives, but different ways to do it and why you need to do it that way. So without further ado, until next time, thank you very much, Clashers. Be safe out there.